another day in court. But this case? It's about to take a turn nobody saw coming. Just when the defense thought things were slowing down, the prosecution drops a twist. Wait a second. Did you hear that? A re-indictment. That's the prosecution basically slamming the reset button and relaunching the case. A T usually means they uncovered something new, or spotted a major flaw in the original filing. Think of it like taking the same criminal charge and upgrading it to version 2.0. Stronger, sharper, harder to beat. So what triggered this strategic move? Time to peel back the layers and find out.
So was this a re-indictment?
Yes, ma'am, that's what I was going to tell you.
Is it going to show up here? It says it was...
Let me show you. This is what he filed in the original case, and then they re-indicted the case and the bond, switched over to that one.
So can we get this to show up now in the original? I mean, in the new case?
I can ask him to either redo it, or I can, yes ma'am, I can get it in there.
Okay.
I will do that.
Okay, let's see. You are Gabrielle Smith? Stand up, please. And this is...
Here's where things get serious. Assaulting a peace officer isn't some slap on the wrist charge, and Texas, that lands you in second-degree felony territory, where real prison time is on the table. But look at Gabrielle. Steady posture, controlled breathing, expression unbothered, no panic. No fear. No cracks showing. Either this isn't her first run-in with the system, or she's holding onto a piece of the story that hasn't come to light yet.
Clause number 25, DCCR 0979. Ms. Smith is charged with assault on a peace officer from June 10th of 2023. And Mr. Kimler has filed a motion asking that I reduce the bond, which is currently at $40,000, correct?
Yes.
Ms. Smith, the best you can, raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm the other one? Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this hearing will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Thank you. Go ahead, Mr. Kimler.
Gabrielle, what are your financial resources right now as far as trying to post a bond?
Speak up where I can hear you.
Well, I have one.
Hang on a second. I need everybody to keep it down, please, because I'm having trouble hearing. Speak loud and clear.
I have one family member that could probably help me, but I don't have. I've been in jail a year, so really nothing.
How long?
A year.
A year. And is that waiting to go to trial?
Yes, sir. Just here, ready to get my charges, I guess, decided.
And you think that you could post a $5,000 bond?
Yes, sir.
Can I see, has the other case been dismissed? Can I open that one up and see what all's been filed in it?
Yes. 2-3, yeah, that 2-3D, 10-30.
Look, such a big crooked in the middle of myself.
Every time something at least anything.
So, it looks like, okay, there was a...
Now we step onto the bond roller coaster, and it's a wild ride. The judge begins flipping through every shift, lowered once, revoked later, requested again, a full timeline of ups and downs. A T plays out like scrolling through a rocky relationship recap. Promises made, promises broken. But beneath that chaos lies the real truth. Each bond adjustment reflects trust given, and trust lost along the way. Gabrielle's past choices are now speaking louder than anything she can say in this moment.
February of 2024, there was a bond forfeiture, so the bond was raised because of that. Then it looks like there was a motion for me to reduce the bond, which I did. In October of 2024, I reduced the bond to $10,000. And then...
She then entered a plea, Your Honor. And
Entered-
you said PSI bond.
I did,
That
at
plea was
one-
rejected by the...
Okay. The bond was reduced to $1,000. There was a plea, and then...
So there's a plea and then it was reduced, I guess.
For a PSI, I reduced it to $1,000, and then appears as though in February of this year. I'm trying to figure out exactly why I increased it
Could I speak
to
on that?
40,000. Hold on, let me just figure out.
I figured that wasn't sufficient.
Okay.
They're just
And then let's see, let me look at the title, give me some information. So the agreement was for a cap of 5 years, which is unusual that I would have reduced that to $1,000, so I'm not sure I understand why I did that in the first place when it was a cap, but I did for some reason. And that pre-sentence report,
Court
She-
revealed 9 convictions, felony convictions from Louisiana, Your Honor. That's why you rejected that.
right, and several misdemeanor thefts and a revocation, been to prison in Louisiana, yeah, as recently as 18. Okay, so I rejected that plea agreement. So the bond is currently set at 40,000.
Motion denied. The judge doesn't hesitate, and the whole atmosphere shifts like a door slamming shut. Gabrielle's last hope for freedom evaporates in seconds, and now the walls of this courtroom feel a whole lot closer. Every choice from this point forward is dangerous. Take the plea and live with the label, or go to trial and risk a devastating sentence if she loses. This isn't just a legal decision. It's survival, so tell me, what would you do when the system leaves you no safe path? Because the fire in this case is only beginning to rise.
On a robbery with that criminal history. Okay. Mr. Nichols, what is your position with regard to bond?
With her criminal history and the allegations in this case of assaulting an officer while she was trying to steal from a store, I think 40,000 is right where it needs to be, Your Honor.
Mr. Kimler?
I've read the probable cause affidavit. I don't think that she could actually be said that she actually assaulted the officer directly. There is a fact situation that could perhaps be fitted into an assault charge. But as far as just out and out striking or assaulting an officer, that wasn't the fact scenario. It involved a vehicle. I think the officer had leaned into it, went into motion. And,
Well, how did the vehicle go into motion?
That's the defense, I suppose.
Hold on, let me look at the PC.
Well, it's not like she hit an officer or hit an officer.
He scratched at him while he was trying to stop her driver from trying to.
She was flailing, I suppose.
So over here in a car with a paper tag from Louisiana, which is where all the other criminal history is. That motion's denied.
Okay, we've got a speedy trial, I guess. So we need it tried.
We're in the 252nd, everything's speedy.
All right.
It will be placed, I mean, is it, it wasn't on the trial docket. I mean, if you want to do a rejection, if you've done all
Well,
the,
I guess if the court has rejected the plea offer on the 5-year cap.
Mm-hmm. Do y'all want to negotiate any other? Do you want me to just move it to the trial?
You can take 8
Take 8. You want me to do a rejection?
and still be.
Yeah, if you'll do a rejection of whatever that offer is, that way I have a paper trail of why it's on the trial docket. Okay, again, you're Gabrielle Smith. And Ms. Smith, in cause number 25, DCCR 0979, you're charged with a second-degree felony offense of assault on a peace officer from June 10th of 2023. What that means is if you go to trial and you're found guilty, the range of punishment would be between 2 years and up to 20 years in prison. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Judge,
And I think-
nothing's been filed at this point, but I know with the number of priors she has and a note on the file that the priors have been ordered, I do anticipate there'll be a notice. I forget if it's Mr. Smith or Mr. Mumpino, but I know they intend to enhance it.
So I want to make sure you also understand, and I'm going to make a notation on here. If any of those prior offenses out of Louisiana, the felonies, were at different times, and one conviction happened and then another conviction happened later, that means you could be considered a habitual offender and with a minimum punishment of 25 years in prison, up to 99 years or life in prison. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Also, just in case they're not one after the other, if you have one prior felony conviction, then, okay, it doesn't do anything. Right, this is a second. All right, so if you have 2 sequenced, it would make you habitual. Do you understand?
If she has one, it would boost her up to a first.
Yes, sorry. So if you have
I'm
one,
still not understanding what they mean.
okay, so listen very carefully. You have several felony convictions out of Louisiana. Okay, so if just one of those is true, then your punishment range in this case, if you're found guilty, becomes that of a first-degree felony instead of a second. So that means it would be from 5 years minimum up to 99 years or life.
And now we hit the bombshell moment. The judge begins breaking down Texas habitual offender laws, and the courtroom collectively feels the weight. 1 prior felony. The stakes escalate immediately. 2 or more. Suddenly, Gabrielle is staring at 25 years to life. No exaggeration. This isn't just about the crime in front of her. It's about her entire criminal history, the pattern the law refuses to ignore. Texas sends a clear message. Repeat offenses aren't treated lightly. The past can become the heaviest part of the sentence.
If there's 1 prior conviction, you understand? Answer out loud. So
Yes, ma'am.
okay. If there's 2 prior felony convictions that happened, not all of the, I know there were several that happened at the same time, right? But I'm not sure, but it looks like there might be another set that happened later. If that is true, and there are 2 that happened at different times, then it means you could be considered a habitual offender here in Texas. And if that all is true and you're found guilty, then your minimum punishment is 25 years in prison up to 99 years or life. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And it looks like what the state has offered, if you wanted to enter a plea of guilty, would be to go on count 1, which is just the offense that you're charged with now, for an 8-year term in prison. You have every right to reject that and have your case go to a jury, let them decide if you're guilty or not, and then let them decide your punishment, depending on what they find on those priors. I just want to make sure you understand what your options are if you wanted to plead guilty for that 8 years, and what your possible consequences are if you go to trial. Do you understand all of that? Okay, and do you want to reject that offer and have your case set for trial?
Yeah, I want to reject.
Okay, and I do want to make sure you understand, Ms. Smith, that after today, unless there is new information or evidence that comes up that the attorneys don't know about at this time, I will not accept this plea agreement after today. So if you change your mind, it's not going to be to the 8 or something less later. It's going to be something different. Once a case goes on my trial docket.
This is it, Gabrielle's last real chance to control her fate. 1 week on the clock. That's all the time she has to make a decision that will shape the next decade of her life. Does she risk it all in front of a jury, facing the uncertainty of trial, or accept the 8-year plea and lock in a known outcome? Every moment feels heavier as the seconds slip away, each one a reminder that freedom is hanging by a thread. The pressure isn't hypothetical. It's a life or prison reality staring her straight in the face. What would you do if the entire future of your life rested on a single choice?
To trial. So it's not we're buying time to try to get some better deal. This is the deal. That's fine that you don't want to take it. I do want to make sure.
I haven't, so I can't think on it and come back.
You can think on it and come back next week.
Okay, that's fine.
1 week, you'll leave it open?
Yes, Your Honor, I'll leave it open for recess.
You have to decide by next week, knowing all of that. Nothing's going to change between now and then. So now you know everything. Think about it. Talk to any family members that you need to. We'll have you brought back next week and you can decide, okay? I'm going to delete this rejection. If y'all do it again, you'll have to do it again.
The hourglass isn't empty yet, and the tension in this courtroom is only mounting. Think today was intense? You haven't seen anything yet. Next week, Gabrielle returns, facing the ultimate decision: take the deal and lock in her fate, or risk it all in front of a jury. Every second counts. Every choice could change your life forever. The stakes couldn't be higher, and the outcome is still anyone's guess. Stay tuned.